With 3 games left in the season, we are set for an IVL Classic showdown between the 5-2 Central Spartans, who host the 3-4 Imperial Tigers at Cal Jones Field in El Centro, California. And now, hello and welcome to the broadcast of tonight's game on VSN Broadcast. Alongside Ron Rubio, I'm Marco Peralta. The scene is set and the situation is set, Coach. We have the band going on right now. Central is looking to compete for the IVL crown after Brawley's win last night at Southwest. And Imperial, on the other hand, is looking for a big win in order to make a big push as an underdog team looking to put their name in the IVL coronation conversation. Right, Coach?
That is correct. And Imperial's playing for Imperial. This is a playoff atmosphere type game. It's win or lose. And if they lose tonight, season over, I would say, for the IVL chase for a championship.
Definitely. The Central Spartans, right now, they're tied with Brawley at the top of the IVL. Imperial's in third place right now with a 1-1 record, but 3-4 overall if you want to count the other games. But Central and Brawley, it's been a tight race so far between them two, right?
That's been a tight race. And, you know, Marco, we've been saying all year long, once IVL starts, it's a 6-team league, but it's top-heavy with the top 3 dogs, and that being El Centro, Brawley, and Imperial. And since Imperial lost their opening league game, they're in a hole. They got to find a way out of it. And tonight's a big game, Marco. We're going to keep saying big game because that's what it is. Big game, big stage, great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a great night for football. It's fresh.
Beautiful night.
A little bit risky right now because we're not in the regular broadcast booth, but we're having fun, right? We're pretty secure up here, right?
It's great.
Anyways, moving on, we have a top-notch quarterback battle tonight between senior Dinero Osuna from Central and junior Jordan Reed from Imperial. This is probably the best and most highly anticipated quarterback matchup we've been looking forward so far this season.
It's going to be a big showdown. Both teams have gunslingers. They have tall quarterback, prototype-looking quarterbacks. If you want stereotype quarterbacks, you look at Osuna and you look at Reed from Imperial. They're tall. They're thin. They can throw the ball. They have good receivers. Coaches have confidence in their ability to push the ball downfield. So that's the kind of, you know, the league now, Marco, is that type of league. With Brawley getting Ethan Gutierrez in there, this showdown, as you said, is a top-notch quarterback showdown tonight.
Just to share quick stats from each of the players, starting with Dinero Osuna from Central. He is a senior. He has 1,120 passing yards, 14 passing TDs. He is averaging around 160 yards per game and 2 TDs per game. So that's some really good stats for Dinero. But on the other hand, just take a look at Jordan's stats. 1,333 passing yards, 18 touchdowns. He averages around 190 passing yards and 3 TDs per game. Both of them, they're very comparable stats, but it shows a little bit that Jordan's been having a better season than Dinero so far.
Well, you know, sometimes stats like that can be deceiving. Imperial's been playing from behind a lot in their ball games, so they're going to throw the ball up a lot. Whereas El Centro, they've been ahead a lot in their games, meaning their strategy is a little bit different. They're going to run the ball more, you know, when they're ahead. So, but as I said, passing is their number one priority. They're passing on both offenses, sets up their run game.
You touched a lot of good points there, but would you say there's a couple of traits or specific characteristics that Central needs to do right from the get-go to secure this game? Because Central is known to put out games away in the first quarter. They a very high-scoring team in the first quarter, and then they just cruise through the rest of the game.
Right.
Something else they should be doing or change their game plan or stick to the same thing?
They're going to stick to the same game plan, Marco, and the deal is this. Last week versus Southwest, they jumped on Southwest 20-0 in the first quarter. Why? Southwest committed 2 turnovers. They had a bad punt. El Central's scoring drives, one was 35 yards, one was 1 yard for a touchdown, and the other one was off a fake punt set up by El Central, did a fake punt. So they were in Southwest territory 3 times in the first quarter, racked up 20 points. So that's what they want to do, Marco. What they want to do, like Coach Ricky Pena's chalkboard says, play fast, play hard, and fly to the ball, and that's what we'll see tonight.
I guess there's a little bit of a coincidence going on right now because South Central last week won 47-13. And Imperial beat Calexico 47-0. What has it got? Is there something specific about the defense that we're not seeing or something like that, Coach?
Well, both teams have outstanding defenses. They're athletic. They fly to the ball. They move well. They're well coached. Their strategies, their game planning for the games. Last week's games was outstanding. Shutouts, basically shutouts. Southwest touchdowns came in late in the game. And not to say they were meaningless, but probably El Central had they had their reserves in.
As we're seeing the Central Spartans running into the center of the field, once again, we're hearing beautiful Cal Jones Field in Central California. We got the band rocking. We're hearing the lift. We have the crew ready to go. We're ready for football. But since we're seeing Central, still talking about Imperial, what does Imperial have to do to be able to compete with Central today?
One thing they have to do, Marco, is get off to a quick start. Do not dig themselves into a hole as they've been. Their opening game against Brawley and IVL, they got down 16 points right off the bat. They were down 16-0 at the end of the half, but they have the ability to strike back quickly, which is what they did at the beginning of the second half. In the Brawley game, they came back. So they fought back, but they could never overcome a two-scoring drive deficit. They were always down by 2 scoring drives, whether down by 10 or down by 14. They never could cut it to one scoring drive. They ended the ball game at the 25-yard line of Brawley. But the thing is, Margo, they cannot get into the hole against El Centro.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to Coach Ricky Peña, and we know that those big 2 losses that Central suffered this year with Gila Ridge and Christian, there was some quite of surprises that no one's expecting to happen. But I talked to Coach Ricky Peña and said that even though those 2 losses, they were feeling really good about it, and they're really excited for this game. We're going to take a really quick break because we're going to have the national anthem. We'll be right back with VSN Broadcasting here at Cal Jones Field. We're back here at Cal Jones Field, and we have the national anthem right now, and we're celebrating a senior night for Central. That's what I heard before we went on to the broadcast.
Right.
So it's a senior night. It's a senior-heavy team here at Central, but they're pretty excited to finally be playing Friday Night Lights once again because it's who knows how far they're going to get into CIF because we know Central, how they've been playing. They're going to make the CIF. They want some redemption after they lost the CIF championship last year. So we'll see what they can do tonight. Anything else you want to add, Coach, before we go on to the play-by-play?
Well, on senior night, everybody plays with a little bit more of emotion. It's a big game. They don't need any more extra incentive. They have the big game with Imperial. Senior night is just a cherry on top, as you would say.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Peña right before we went on break that he is focusing on just getting 1-0 every week because I asked him about, hey, Brawley's right neck and neck with you guys for the IVL title. How do you feel about that? He's like, we're trying to go 1-0 every week, no matter who it is. So he's really excited once again for the bell game because, as we all know, it's the best game in the Valley so far.
Well, you know, Marco, it's a hard deal keeping your team focused, one game at a time. You know, you can't overlook Palo Verde next week. That's who they have next week is Palo Verde, and then it's the Bell game. So I heard the question you asked, are you looking towards Brawley? And Rookie just, you know, he's a good coach. He's grounded, and he knows good and well you're not supposed to look over. The football gods do not allow that. You're not supposed to overlook your opponents. You play who you're playing, and you deal with who you're going to play with, you know, in the coming weeks.
I love that you've been saying that in the past couple of weeks. The football gods. I think that's pretty sweet.
It's something that you believe in. If you've been around the game a lot, you truly believe there are some of them up there.
So the captains for Central right now at the toss, it is number 11, Dinero Osuna, number 12, Michael Sullivan, number 31, Jonathan Medina, and Angel Nava Esparza. Those two last names I mentioned, Jonathan Medina and Angel Nava Esparza, have been a really lethal duo when it comes to running back in the backfield, don't you think?
They're very good running backs. They've been strong running backs for the last few years. They had a very good game. We covered them in El Paso. Esparza had a great game, both at running the ball and playing inside linebacker. So El Central deferred. They won the toss. They deferred. Imperial will receive the ball, Marco.
Okay, so let's get right into it. We're going to have Jose Berlin Torres, who has been a great kicker so far in the IVL. He's been having 29 touchbacks in around, I think it's 36 kickoffs so far. You want everything from that. If you're a coach and you want a kicker like that.
We want a kicker like that. That's a great weapon. Anytime you have the team starting at the 20-yard line, having to drive 80 yards, that's your best bet, Marco.
Yeah, and especially with that new rule saying that if no matter where the ball goes, if it's in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback.
Automatic touchback.
So that's I think a really good thing to happen for teams, you know? So I think it's really, really good. So we're going to get right into the action as Berlin Torres is ready to set the ball on the ground. We're going to get ready to go here from Cal Jones Field here on VSN Broadcasting. Once again, it's Marco Peralta alongside Ron Rockstar Rubio. We're ready for some football here.
We are ready. We are ready. And back to receive for the Imperial Tigers will be number 10, and that is Ryan Benias alongside Joey Ramos, number 5. Both can take it.
Waiting for that first whistle. And here we go. It's a line drive to the end zone, and Bonias didn't pick it up. And go all the way to up the middle. Oh, wow. Doesn't get any running room at all. Make it almost at the 20-yard line, right?
Was at the 20-yard line. He was stopped by number 47. Isaiah Perez was on the tackle.
And here comes the quarterback we were talking about in the pregame. Jordan Reed, a junior. Once again, 1,333 passing yards so far this season. Phenomenal stats.
Those are great stats. You know, he's a junior quarterback. He was on the varsity last year, and he's learning each game, each play.
So Reed is going to take the ball in the shotgun formation. There's going to be trips to the left and one man on the right. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff, and he's just going to get around 2 yards on that play. Nothing major. Nothing to panic about. But it seems like there was a fumble on the play. And it is for Central. On the first play, Coach, there is a fumble by Imperial, and Central recovers it. What a great field position for Central.
It's great field position, and it's a bad deal for Imperial. That's the thing they couldn't start. We said in the pregame, they can't get off to a slow start. A turnover is one of the worst things that can happen to you. Good news is it happened early in the game. But great field position. They're at the, 18-yard line?
They're
at the 14,
they're right there.
14-yard line.
So here's an arrow once again. The usual spread formation they have, duos on each side. Here's a snap looking to his right, and it's to Sullivan. It's caught. It seems just a little bit of a gain. So they make it second down for the Central Spartans. And we've been seeing ever since Dinero has been here and Rookie has been here, that spread formation that's been so consistently working for the Central Spartans. You rarely see them in the single back formation or in the I formation, but it seems the spread works out for them every single time.
And the spread sets up the run. As you're going to see, you have everybody lined up. There's 31 up the middle. 31 is Jonathan Medina. Now, Medina, what I like about what they do, they run the ball by committee. You have Bonilla. You have the Esparza brothers. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just one running back. There's not one featured back.
It's surprising. After 2 plays, there hasn't been a single pass play yet. I know it's early in the game, but you're surprised sometimes the first play is a pass play. Here's a snap, looking to his left, Dinero, and he's got an open man, and he's going to the edge, but he is stopped and won't get into the end zone.
Fernando Morales on the catch.
And they'll bring 4th down, a 3-and-out for Central.
Well, you know, that was pretty surprising to see that. They came out with the pass. They figured they could catch Imperial looking for the run. So they survived the turnover in that they're going to go for 3 instead of scoring a touchdown.
Once again, the kicker for Central is number 19, Jose Berlin Torres. He's going to line up on the left hash. We're going to wait for his kick. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. And it was almost blocked, but it's through the uprights. Central leads it 3-0 after that kick. We're going to be right back with more Central football and Imperial football here on VSN Broadcasting from Cal Jones Field. We're back, and the score is 3-0 after that field goal kick by Berlin Torres after a recovery from a fumble that was done by the Imperial Tigers. Here's a kickoff once again for Berlin Torres. And what was your viewpoint on that previous drive by the Central Squadrons?
You know, El Centro, they came out, you know, in the regular spread formation, and Imperial expecting run. They got the pass, and here's a deep kick by Berlin Torres.
So going to go to Bonillas again. He's going to keep it. See if he doesn't fumble here or here. Oh, he's got a big hole. He's going to the near side. Berlin Torres with the tackle right before midfield, but what a great run by Bonillas.
Bonillas has the ability to break it big. He did very well. He's been doing well. He's a slot receiver and a defensive back. Berlin Torres, let me tell you, he's a very athletic kicker. Well, we were in El Paso. He ran a 50-yard fake punt.
That means he got speed.
He's got speed.
Yeah.
And he was the last man to catch Bonillas. Bonillas giving him great field position.
And here's Reed once again. Going to be in the shotgun formation with 3 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. And there's a flag on the play. Seems like someone jumped on the line.
Joe Hargrave, number 55, jumped off sides. Defensive tackle for the Spartans.
That's some free 5 yards for them. Yeah, the referee, Benny Carter. Isn't he a great character?
Benny Carter, Fred Ramsey, Sean McLaughlin.
Once again, trios to the right, lone receiver on the left. And there's another flag on the field. Is there another jump?
No, it looks like Joey Ramos, number 5, split in over here, was lined up in the neutral zone, so they're going to get him for.
So the 5 yards that they received, they're giving it back to the Spartans. So the original, where the ball was spotted, is where they're going to start again. So same formation, trios to the right, lone man to the left. Here's a snap. Reed looking to his right, throwing up, and there's no one there.
He was looking for Bonillas on an out pattern, and Bonillas wasn't ready to go. Reed may have thrown that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted to. He had a lot of time.
If he had a little bit more strength to the ball, maybe would have reached him, but it was 3 yards away from his feet.
Bonillas' cut was a little bit late.
See what they do here. It's going to be the same formation, but now the running back is on the left side of Reed. Trips right, low man to the left. Here's the snap. Looking to the right once again. Looking for an open receiver. He's got it. Got the blocks, and he's got a great run. Is that enough for the first down? No, he's going to be around a yard short of the first down.
That's Jacob Gray. Jacob Gray, pretty good big target out there. He's a junior, weighs 142. They list him at 142, but he's a big, tall target.
So it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Imperial Tigers. 9:48 left in the game. Score is 3-0. There's trips to the left now. Low man on the right. So here's a snap. It's a handoff. We're going to get the running. No, it's a fake. And it's thrown to the near side, and he's past the first down marker. And a couple more yards to his name. First down, Imperial Tigers.
That's great with the quick out over there. That's a pretty deep throw for Reed to throw. Reed's lining up on the outside. Nice short pattern. They're running the ball quick. They're getting the plays in quick. They're playing fast.
That was a really good play by Reed. I was fooled with that handoff. I was like, wow, if it's 31, I expect him to run it. But no, it was actually a play pass, and it really benefited them.
That's right. Jesus Padilla is a lone back.
Dues to the right. And here's another handoff. Now it is a handoff. He's got a lot of space, and he's tackled at the 29-yard line. What a great run there.
That's Jesus Padilla. Jesus Padilla's been doing it all year long. He's a fullback, inside linebacker, senior, 180 pounds. So like I said, they run with. They're missing Manuel Quintero, Marco. He's out for the game. But let me tell you something. Padilla's not a bad backup at all.
Duels on each side. Here's another handoff. And they're not going to let him get past the line of scrimmage, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss.
Same play, just to the opposite side of the field. Up, they just switch sides. Same play, sweet motion, run pass option.
Back with this big play, I would expect a big pass play. Trying to be like Tony Romo here, like he could predict stuff like that, but who knows?
Sometimes it works.
Trips to the right, low man on the left, running back on the right side of Reed. Here's a snap, looking to his left. He's a screen pass, and he's going to get not a lot of yardage on that. Barely going to get a yard past the line of scrimmage, I guess you could say.
That's Joey Ramos on the receiver screen there. It's a little short pass that you just cut back. You run back towards the to the quarterback. He didn't have any blockers, so I doubt that's a wide receiver screen.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's Reed looking to his right down the field. He's a big pass, but it's incomplete. That will bring up 4th down.
Pass was intended for Jacob Gray, but it looks like he threw into coverage, Marco. He had 3 defenders and 1 receiver.
So it seems like the Imperial Tigers are going to go for it on this play. That's a big play they got to get. That's an easy 13 yards.
Ball on the 35-yard line is not a bad place to go for it on 4th down, but as you said, it's pretty deep, 4th and.
Well, the good thing, if they don't get it, Central's not in the best field position.
It's not.
So there's 4 receivers on the left, 4 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Reed's looking to his down the middle. Here's a big pass, and it's caught, and it's 1st down for Ramos.
Joey Ramos. They had an empty set, no running backs, 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That was Ramos. Isolated route, man on man. Ramos won that matchup with number 24 on the defense, and that is Isaiah Nava-Esparza. So let me tell you, Ramos he's a great athlete, hard to defend one-on-one. He won that matchup on that play.
So far, 3 big plays for the Tigers. Here's the shotgun position once again for Reed. Is a handoff. No, he keeps it, looks to his right, and is overthrown over his head. It's going to be incomplete for a 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers.
Pass intended for Ryan Benitez, and that's what we're going to see all night is the fake, is a run, as we said, run pass option. You're going to fake the run to dive to your back and look for your slot people either running quick slants, quick outs, whatever it is, quick. Reed gets the ball out quick, Marco.
Same formation, trios to the right. Low man on the left, looking to his right, a screen pass, but no! It slips his fingers. It doesn't catch it. It's going to be 3rd down for the Tigers now.
Pass intended for number 18. That is Jacob Gray. Right through his hands, Marco. Right, he should have had that little swing pass to the inside man. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 10, again in 3rd down.
I think that it's an empty setback once again with 4 men to the right. They're going to make a big play here if they can. 19-yard line. Central's 3, Tigers 0. Here's the snap. And he's going to he almost got sacked, but he got out of the pocket, and he's going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. What a great effort, though, by the receiver, Ramos.
Intended for Joey Ramos. He was pressured by number 53, and that's Joseph Denton Jr., 6'1", 170. He almost had Reed down. Reed escaped the sack, had enough ability to roll to his left. Kind of a dangerous pass there, but he had to try to make a play.
This is a bit confusing for me. Like, Imperial's not going for it on this one, but when they were a little bit farther, they went for it. But here they're trying for a field goal, and it was almost the same type of yardage. Well, actually shorter.
It's a little bit shorter. Maybe they have more confidence, and that's number 32, Edgar Robles. Robles set to kick.
And here's the kick by Robles. It's up. And it's going to be no good.
Wide to the right. Wide to the right. Looked like it had enough distance and it ran out of gas. That's why they didn't go for it on the last possession.
Now we're connecting the dots.
They needed the extra yards. That's a good coaching call there. They know the kicker's foot, what he could do.
Okay. So after that field goal attempt that went not good, the Central Spartans are going to be taking out the 19-yard line. And here's going to be De Niro's first big drive. He's got a lot of ground to cover to get into the end zone. After having that 3-and-out as well, something he's not happy with. Here's Dinero Osuna with the snap, looking to his left. It's a quick pass to Medina, but Medina doesn't catch it. I was expecting it to be called like a fumble. It seems like it was a forward pass.
He got a little bit forward. 31 should have had that nice swing pass. Simple pass play there. So here we go. Central opening up with the pass play on their second possession of the game. They're 80 yards away from a touchdown.
Trios to the left, Sullivan to the near side. Medina in the backfield, one man in motion. Here's a snap. It's a handoff to Medina, looking to his right. And he's not going to get any yardage on that play. Barely make it to the line of scrimmage, would you say?
Barely makes it to the line. Actually, he's going to lose a yard, and he's brought down by number 36, Omar Garibaldi. And I believe that's Maurice Padilla. Maurice Padilla is a big kid. He's a junior. He's a defensive tackle. So now we're in a 3rd and 11, Marco.
It's a big play for the Spartans here. Here's a snap looking to his left, and it's caught. And it seems is he barely going to make the first down? No, he's not going to make it. So that'll be 4th down. So 2 straight 3rd and outs for Central.
Fernando Morales caught that slant. 2nd down and 4th and 2, and rookie decides to go for the punt.
That's a big surprise.
Well, that's what that incomplete pass hurt them a lot on that first down play. Had they completed that was positive yardage had he caught that pass.
So the Spartans are going to be punting it from the 28-yard line with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. The score once again is 3-0. Mark Peralta alongside Ron Rockstar Rubio. We're going to have to say it for the rest of the game, Coach. Come on.
Sounds like a WWF wrestler. I like it.
Yeah. Here's a punt by Berlin Torres. It's going to go up the middle. It's going to be a fair catch for Ramos, and he's going to be placed around the 44-yard line. Something like that, right?
Looks like at the 40-yard line.
There's just so many.
Yes.
There's so many kids, you know, like it's hard to see where the numbers are at sometimes, you know. But anyways, it's gonna be Reed once again at the quarterback position. See if he could get some redemption after that missed field goal by the Tigers.
Great field position to start off, though. They need all the field position they can get. That's what's happening right now. They're fighting for field position. That was kind of a short punt. I'm surprised by that.
I think it was like a laser kind of one, right? Anyways, here's Reed with 3 men to his left, 1 man to his right. Is it a handoff? No, he keeps it, looks to his left, and it's deflected. What a great job by number 12, Sullivan, to deflect that ball.
Michael Sullivan, jack of all trades, defensive back, wide receiver. You can line him up everywhere. I've seen them use him he'll line up to the line of scrimmage, he'll blitz, and he's pretty good-sized kid. He has good height, good enough to get. You're taught as a defender, if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. That's what he did, deflected the ball down.
Here's another attempt. Same formation for the Tigers. Here's a snap for Reed, looking to his left, but up the middle. And it's caught by Ramos. He gets past one defender, gets another one. He's got all the edge, but he's going to get tackled on almost the 32-yard line out of bounds. What a great play for Ramos.
Great play by Ramos, brought down by Joseph Denton. Denton had to chase him down. But Reed, again, he's a tall guy. He has great vision back there. They're giving him enough time to find his receivers. Joey was in the middle. Great catch, great throw.
They're going to place them at the 34-yard line, seeing that he stepped out of bounds before that. Your same formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Reed looking to his left, and it's going to be, what happened there? Seemed like it hit him in the face.
Well, what Reed is doing, he's throwing the ball before the receiver makes his break. Joey knows where the receiver should be, but the timing wasn't there. Kind of a risky throw because it was defended well, and he's throwing into the zone, two defenders have got their hands on the ball.
Same formation. They've been doing the same one in the past couple 5 plays. Here's Reed, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. No, he actually keeps it. As he get all the way past the 10-yard marker, or right at the 10-yard marker for a first down for the Tigers. I think one thing that the Imperial Tigers should be doing is make sure that Reed feels comfortable, because Central is not a big interception team. They've only had 5 this year compared to last year that it was almost double digits for just 1 player with Tadeo Campbell.
Right now, what Imperial needs to do, what El Centro needs to do defensively is put more of a little bit of a rush on Reed. Reed is having enough time. He's having 3 seconds to survey the field, letting his receivers run their routes. Great run by Padilla.
Same formation, trips left, one man on the right. Here comes the blitz. Actually, now they're stepping back. Changing the formation. Here's a snap. Is it a handoff? No, it's a pass by Reed up to the middle for Ramos. Gets inside the 20-yard line. Make it around 14.
Well, even if they don't run the blitz, they're up there at the line of scrimmage, and what that does, it takes the defense. It takes the linebackers. Also takes the linebackers out of their drops on pass coverage.
That gives Reed a lot of time and
right,
a lot of more space to look for a receiver. Here's Reed once again. Here's the handoff. Here's Bonillas, and he's going to get past the 10-yard marker, but now they're first and 12-yard line, 12 yards away from the end zone. Yep, it is a first down.
Another good run by number 24. That's Padilla. Padilla's a good runner.
He's a small kid, too.
He's hard to tackle. He's built high, and he's got good legs.
That's really good. If you're small, you can fit in certain holes that not everyone can fit into.
That's right, and he gets lost behind his big lineman.
Yep. There's a flag on the play. Someone jumped.
Somebody flinched on the offensive line. I'm not sure which one. I was on the right side. Now, these are little plays that hurt your drives. Now you're back. 1st and 15. You sure can still get a first down up to the 2-yard line. But against a defense like in El Centro, you don't give them the advantage by jumping off sides.
Especially seeing that your passing is not at the best right now. But 1 and 15 for the Tigers. Here's the handoff. No, it's actually a pass. And it's incomplete. Almost picked off by number 5, Juan Dominguez. That's very scary moment there for the Tigers.
Classic case of running before you catch the ball. 18, Jacob Gray had the ball in his hands, let it go right through. He took his eyes off the ball, looking to see if he could make a cut. Had he caught the ball, he could have had sailing into the end zone.
So once again, 1 and 15. Now it's duos on the left and right. Here's the pass by Reed to the outside, but it's incomplete once again.
Jacob
would you
Gray
say it's Reed not throwing it well, or is it the receivers just not catching the ball? What would you say? Is it a mixture of both?
It's not a mixture of both. The thing is, it's hitting the kids in the hands. You got to make the catches. Every ball is not going to be perfect, but that ball hit him in the hands. 2 consecutive plays, 2 consecutive drops.
3rd and 15. This is a big play for the Tigers. Previous drive, they couldn't make a field goal, so they really want the first down here. Here's the lone back in motion. Reed looking to his right, steps up into the pocket. Is he gonna keep it? Yeah, he is. Gets one block. Is he gonna make it past the 10-yard marker? Yes, and he's into around the 3rd-yard line. No, he's actually stepped before it. From here, it seemed like he was across it.
Looks like they're gonna mark him down inside right at the 5-yard line. It's gonna be a 4th and 3. El Centro was in man coverage. They were in man coverage, so that's why nobody's seeing the quarterback scramble. Man coverage, you're running, your back is towards the quarterback. You don't see him run. If they were in zone, they could keep him in front, see where he's going. Good decision by Reed to tuck it and run.
So it is 4th down. And here's the big play. Can they get on the board and take the lead? Here's the handoff. He's running on the outside, up the middle, but no! Imperial doesn't get the first down, not even the touchdown. Turnover on downs for the Tigers.
Turnover on downs. Now you got to think. Okay, should they have gone for the field goal, make it a 3-3 game? Either way, it's not a bad decision. Why? Because they're at the 6-yard. El Centro will start at the 6. They've been stopping them on their last possessions. They feel good about the defense. So here we go.
Here's a jumbo pack going into the run. And here's on the outside, Angel Navas Esparza. And there's no room to run at all. They're going to keep him over there at the original line of scrimmage.
That play was stopped by number 6, Sergio Serrano. Serrano was the first guy to meet Esparza head on. They've been missing Serrano. He's back this week, and he's a great guy to have out there. Big kid, 6'1", 210.
We're talking. Go ahead, Coach.
No, Serrano, just a great defensive player. They've been missing him. He didn't play in the Brawley game. He's here for the El Centro game. So here we go with 2nd and 10.
Deals on each side, 1 man in motion. That's number 47. Here's a snap. It's a handoff once again. Does he find the room? Barely gets 3 yards on that. We were talking before the broadcast that Central's been a team that really puts out games in the first quarter. Right now, there's 3 minutes left, and there's 3 points only in their favor.
That's the kind of game they had against Gila Ridge. They got to play them. They're playing them tight. The thing is, Imperial's moving the ball on El Centro. They've had the ball. They've had the ball longer than El Centro, and that's what you have to do against El Centro. Do not let them have the ball that much.
Third down. Here's Nero Suna looking to his right, and he's got number 47, but it's incomplete, and there's going to be a pick six for the Tigers.
That was number 51, Ethan Ramos, off the hands of 31, Jonathan Medina.
Pass was intended for number 47, Isaiah Perez. He wasn't able to catch it, and there was the defensive player to pick it up nicely, walk into the end zone for a pick six.
Drop passes hurt you. Drop passes, to me, I've always said as a coach, drop passes are more or less just like a turnover. We've seen Imperial on the last drive, 2 drops by number 18. They recovered from that, and now 47 with a costly drop right in his hands, a deflection up in the air. Great play by number 51.
So here's a PAT for the Tigers. Here's a snap, and here's a kick. And it is good. Imperial leads at 7-3. Wow, that was a big surprise.
Edgar Robles puts it in. Now every point's going to be crucial. You need these extra points. That was a great play. Hey, now second guessing Imperial didn't work. Makes them look like experts now. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. And I'm telling you, I think Coach Leguera, he's very happy with what the defense is doing, Marco.
Yeah, especially because they haven't allowed Gennaro Suna to release this arm that a lot of people know he has. The running game hasn't been there so far, and the defense just adding so much pressure to the line that you could touch Gennaro Suna almost every single play. So once again, it's 2:43 left in the first quarter. Imperial leads at 7-3.
Back to receivers, number 5, that's Juan Dominguez, and number 31 is Jonathan Medina on his left. They're placed at the 8-yard line, waiting for the kick.
I wonder if this kicker has the leg to take it all the way to the end zone. If not, we'll expect a return here. Here's a kick as we go all the way to Dominguez. They catch it around the 11. Will he return it? Yes, he's going past the 20. Near side. Spins, moves, and makes it inside to the 23, but gets pancaked on the floor. What a nice hit.
That is Manuel Patones. Manuel Patones is a senior inside linebacker. Great hustle, great kickoff coverage by the Tigers.
So here's a big drive for the Central Spartans. It seems like every drive has been big because
every drive is going to be big. It's just like possessions in basketball, down the route.
Exactly.
Every possession is going to count. What you do, whether you score or not, it depends if you get some first downs. Field position is going to be key in this game.
And Imperial has their band. They have everyone here. They got all the support they need. And here's Gennaro Suna with the snap, looking for number 31, Medina. And he's barely going to make it to the line of scrimmage. He gains around like 2 yards or I think even 1 yard.
Well, let me tell you something. Imperial is stretching out that defense. They're playing the perimeter very well. That's a great setup on that swing pass to number 31, Medina. As I said, they're containing him very well. They're stringing it out, playing good defense. They're not getting around the edge, and that's what El Centro's trying to do, is get around the perimeter and make some big plays.
So it's again trios to the right, one man to the left. Almost basically been like mirroring each other's formations the entire game. Here's a snap by Gennaro, and here's caught by number 7, past the 35, all the way to the 42-yard line. What a catch by number 7, Marcus Moore.
Marcus Moore is a big sophomore player for El Centro. That was a nice slant pattern, and that's all El Centro's looking for, that little window. Give Osuna a window to throw to. Marcus Moore ran a great pattern, great catch, great throw.
That's a big game changer because it lets him get loose. Like right here, he's rolling to his right. Gennaro Suna looking down the field, and it's going to be almost picked. I thought it was going to get picked off, but it's thrown to no one to make it incomplete.
The nearest receiver was Marcus Moore. He was rolling right. The coverage was there. Now, when you roll to one side or the other, you limit your throwing area. The receivers were there, but the defense had it covered.
Unless you're Pat Mahomes, right? You could do it all the way across the field, you know?
Fit that anywhere.
Trios to the right, low man to the left. Running back to his left, that's Medina. Gennaro looking to his right, and it's caught by number 7. Once again, that's Moore. He cuts a couple of receivers and gets past the 10-yard marker. It's going to be first down, Spartans.
So that's El Centro. That's their trademark. You throw a little 5-yard pass and you run. It's yards after catch. That's what's important, and that's what he did. Marcus Moore with another good catch and run.
Changing up the formation a little bit. Duos to each side of the field. Medina to his right, Dinero looking to his left. It's another pass to number 12, Sullivan. It's complete for a couple of yards. Moving up the field. It's always beneficial. Little by little, right?
Now
little by little.
it's kind of looking like a passing league game right now. Everything's a pass right now. No running back, but you still have that threat of number 31 Medina's back there with them. Moving the ball well right now. They're putting pressure on the defense of Imperial.
Here's second down. Dinero rolling to his right. Looking down the field. There's going to be a big pass up in the air, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Skylar Cook. Skylar Cook, they list him as a freshman, 5'11", 180. How true is that?
A freshman playing
Freshman
varsity
quarterback,
football.
and that was a great route, a little bit overthrown. Skylar Cook, number 10.
I think that's the only freshman. No, actually, there's Nicholas Jimenez. That's the other freshman for the Central Spartans. There's 2 freshmen playing varsity football.
That's amazing.
That's something special. So third down for the Spartans. And there's no receivers on each side. It's going to be like a run play, I would assume. And here's Novice Spartan rolling to his left. Does he get the first down? No, he doesn't. Barely 2 yards on that gain. Then bring a fourth down for the Spartans. If you're a rookie player, do go for it on this play?
Yes, you do, because you've been putting pressure on their defense right now. They're backing up. They're on their heels. And they're not too far. I don't know. Looking at the yard marker, they still have it as a 3rd and 3. Now there's a little bit going on maybe with the yard, with the change. Coach Shaw is talking to the back judge there. No, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of confusion where the ball was located, something like that. But it seems they're going to go for it. Oh, it was the first. They're marking it as a first down.
1st and 10.
So first down for the Spartans. He's a pass by Dinero Osuna, caught by number 7 Moore. He is tackled by 3 Imperial Tiger defenders on that.
Third catch of the drive for Moore. Moore's looking like he's finding an area where he's sitting down. That's all he's doing. He's sitting down. Osuna knows that he could get there, and that's what's happening right now. They found a little hole in that defense.
There's 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock ticking down. Dinero's going to try to get everyone in their specific place. There's one man in motion. Here's a snap. Is it a handoff? Yes, here's Medina. Finds a hole. Gets past. Goes all the way to the end zone for a touchdown, Spartans! Jonathan Medina.
The passing being complete by El Centro backed off the Imperial defense. They were back there catching the receivers, and bam, they hit it. The running lanes opened up thanks to the completions by Osuna and headed by Marcus Moore.
And the previous play where we thought it was in the first down, there was no receivers there. We were expecting something. Well, it was a rare formation. And now with the spread, we're expecting a pass, but no. Medina finds a big hole and makes the touchdown.
On that first down run on that first down that Esparza got, there was a big open lane. As I said, their heels are back. They're looking for the run. They're looking for the pass, and bam, the running lanes are opening up. So now that drive, rookie feels better. The El Central offense is now starting to click.
Central leads at 10-7 with 8 seconds left in the first quarter. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last play of the quarter after this kick, unless it's a touchback, of course.
Let's see.
So we'll see what Jose Berlin Torres, see what he got in his leg for this kickoff right now. Once again, the score is 10-7 in favor of the Spartans. Imperial corrected. Central was leading at 3-0 after a fumble recovery inside the 20-yard line. Then Imperial has a big play, a pick 6 to make it 7-3, and now this big run by Jonathan Medina to give the Spartans the lead 10-7. Here's a kickoff by Jose Berlin Torres.
Interesting thing, Ramos and Bonilla, they change spots. Ramos is to our left, and it's kicked straight to Ramos. They changed spot. Bonilla was in that spot.
Here's Ramos looking to find an open hole, and he's going to get piled by a couple of Spartans there. There's 1 second left in the quarter, so would you say a big play or just take it easy?
Well,
it's not like if it's halftime,
1.4 remaining. They're gonna run a play, so who knows what it could be. But as you were talking about the scoring drives, both first scores were set up by turnovers. The last touchdown by El Central was the first legitimate drive. They went 80 yards. Good drive by El Central by the Spartans.
And knowing Coach Ligero, you never know what he's going to call.
You never know.
You never know. Unless you're his coaching staff, of course, right?
You're psychic.
Here's a snap to Reed, looking up the field to his right, and it's going to be incomplete, almost picked off, but it's going to make it 2nd and 10. That's the end of the first quarter. The score is 10-7. Central leads it. Once again, you're listening to VSN Broadcasting here at Cal Jones Field. Central leads it 10-7. We'll be right back with the start of the second quarter. We're back with the start of the second quarter. It's 2nd and 10 for the Imperial Tigers. The score is once again 10-7 in favor of the Spartans. It's snapped by Reed. It's a handoff to his running back. It's a fumble, and it's going to be caught by the Central Spartans. What a surprise there to start the second quarter there, Coach.
The ball's recovered by Brian Martin, and Padilla should have covered the ball well. It was just a strip right after the handoff. Ball went flying up. Johnny on the spot, Mr. Martin.
That'd mean a loss for words there.
Well, you know what, Marco? Look at where the ball is. 24-yard line. It's a short field for El Centro. They just scored on Imperial.
They got their adrenaline going.
It's going. The momentum has shifted dramatically.
They're now sending a big play out the middle, and it's caught by number 7. Marcus Moore for the touchdown, Spartans.
Lightning strikes in a slant pattern to Marcus Moore. What a great call right after the touchdown. Instead of handing the ball off, they went for the throat. Dagger shot, touchdown El Centro.
One play, one score. What else do you want?
It's lightning. Lightning in a bottle, man.
Yep. Couldn't have painted any perfecter than that. Kicker Cornell kicks it up, and it's good through the uprights. The score is 17-7 now for the Spartans after that fumble by the Imperial Tigers. And on one play, Marcus Moore, touchdown.
11:49 remaining in the second quarter. So in a matter of seconds, there was 1.5
11 seconds.
I mean, come on, man. So that's what turnovers do. Turnovers are occurs. That's number 3, or is that number 2 for Imperial?
I think that's number 2. No, 3. That's 3.
3 turnovers. We're not even. I mean, we just started the second quarter. You can't win a football game, especially a football game of this importance. You have to hang on to the ball. Let's see if Imperial bounces back. They have to bounce back. They're down by 10.
Yeah, the big fumble on the right side of the end zone. You had the turnover on downs, and now you have the fumble. That's 3 big turnovers that you don't want at all.
Bonilla's back to receive along with Joey Ramos. Let's see who they decide to kick it to now.
Pretty sure it's going to be Bonilla's again.
Berlin
Torres has been kicking it to his left, to the near side of the field every time. Here's the kick.
That's going to get in the end zone.
And that's in the end zone.
There you go.
Without a doubt. There's a touchback. So they're going to end up at the 20 or 25-yard line?
20-yard line. They're every possession that kicks in the end zone, balls in the end zone, 20-yard line.
Yeah, because there's leagues they do at the 20, at 25. I was like, man.
NCAA will go 25.
Yeah, I was like, over at ASU, we do the 25. That's why. You know. So let's see if the Tigers are able to get some points back. So far, 14 unanswered points for the Tigers.
14 quick unanswered points.
Exactly. So no running back in the backfield. Trios to the right, duo on the left. And he's calling a bunch of audibles, or was he? Oh, wait, here's a snap. Reed looking down the field, and it's deflected. It's going to be a fumble. It's going to be picked up once again. Waiting for the sign.
Joseph Denton was coming off the edge. The ball was moving. His arm was moving forward. But just in case, number 72 recovered the ball, and that number 72 is Luis Armarias.
They're going to rule it an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. His arm was coming forward. Joey Denton was coming off the edge on the right side.
Unless we start like a tuck rule here in high school football.
His arm was moving forward.
Man, I just compared Tom Brady to Reed. Same formation, trips to the right. Duos on the left. Here's a snap to Reed, looking down the field. Tries to sneaks out of the pocket, looking to his right, and it's going to be complete. Number 28 gets past a couple of defenders, going to make it past the 10-yard marker for a first down, Tigers.
Pass was complete to Brennan Adams. He's a little running back, junior, 141. Reed escaped the pressure. The pressure was coming. The pressure was coming from all sides, headed by Brian Martin. Brian Martin almost had him in the backfield along with number 54, and that is Andrew Lugo. Lugo and Martin breathing down his neck, empty set.
And here's the big lineup that we see a lot from the Tigers. 3 receivers lined up in the single file line. Here's the snap. Reed looking to his right, and it's going to be caught and completion, but not a big runs after the catch. But wait, there's a fumble once again, or man, something's maybe going on with those footballs. They have some butter or something. I don't know.
Jacob Gray with the catch. Jacob Gray with the catch. Need to go down. You know, they're going to be coming for the ball. They strip very well. El Centro strips the ball very well. So receiver was ruled down. No more progress. And that is an interesting set, Marco. Look at, as you said.
That's a formation we've seen Coach Laguerre done over the years. Here's going to be a screen play to number 12. But it's going to be stopped in the backfield. They're going to lose around a yard on that one.
Number 12.
No, actually, he crossed the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain, half a yard gain, 2nd and 10. They listed as 2nd and 10. That's Brenton Adams. Brenton Adams is a big, tall target.
10:30 left in the half. Same formations before. 3 men lined up in a single file line to his left. There's a receiver to the other side. See what happens here.
So it takes a guessing out of what they're going to do.
Exactly, because it depends
no
on
running
which
backs.
one. Here's a big pass. That's going to be picked off. Overthrown by Reed. It's picked off by the Spartans. Another turnover for the Tigers.
Isaiah Nava Esparza was there. Now, it could have been underthrown. It could have been overthrown. He had 2 receivers, but that ball hung up there, Marco. It hung up there. That's a cherry waiting to get picked, and number 24 was there.
Yep. So 4 turnovers for the Tigers after that really tremendous, glorious start to the game. Holding Central just 3 points, and now back-to-back turnovers.
Well, we're saying that's maybe their 3rd turnover of the game. Here's Osuna, pressured and brought down. Nice. They needed that play. That's
they really
number 51.
need that play.
That's Ethan Ramos. Ethan Ramos, the one who got the pick 6. Now the big sack here. Very well. That they needed that. They're going to lose how much on that?
I think it was a good, like, I think 10 yards. Yeah, 10 yards, 2nd and 20. So they need 2 first downs to get a first down.
Where's Mark? If I'm Imperial, I'm looking where Marcus Moore is.
He's been playing good so far as an Osuna. And it's going to be incomplete. A pass was intended to number 9.
That's number 8, Fernando Morales. That's another drop, Marco. So we've seen quite a bit of drops on both sides of the ball. Both teams dropping the ball. The throws are there. They're perfect throws. There should be well, of course, there's a stat for drops.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely there is.
You know, that
nowadays there's stats for everything.
And that was a receiver. That was a receiver screen set up.
Here's a pass by De Niro Osuna. There's a big play, but no, he's not going to get it. It'll be a 3rd and out once again for the Spartans, unless they go for it, but which I doubt. So I'm confident they're not going to go for this one.
That was number 12. That was Michael Sullivan on the catch. First catch of the day for Sullivan. Sullivan is one of Osuna's favorite targets.
And here comes the punt team for the Spartans. They are going to punt it.
So Torres is their punter as well. Yes, he is. As I said, we've seen Torres before. We've seen him in El Paso, Texas. VSN was there. We brought you that game versus Del Valle. Osuna surprised everybody with a big 50, 60-yard run on a fake punt.
Kind of jealous of that one.
Yeah,
Coach.
it was really cool.
Here's Blintor with the punt. It's a high punt. It's going to be a fair catch, and it's almost hoofed, but
Bobbled by
bobbled.
Brian Bonillas, and he got the catch. He brought it under control. A little bit of a limp by Bonillas.
Almost another quick scare for
Yeah,
the Tigers,
there you go.
right?
I mean, come on. Bobbling the ball. Let's get a catch. Bonillas is limping off the field. Maybe somebody stepped on his foot. So he's out. That's somebody you can't. If they have depth at the receiver, that's a good thing. They have number 12. They have number 18. They have Adams, number 12, and Gray, number 18. Of course, you have Joey Ramos.
Adams is one we haven't been seeing a whole lot this game, right?
And right now, lining up, there's Joey Ramos. He's lined up as a wing. Adams, number 28, is in the backfield.
He's a handoff to Bonillas.
Brennan Adams on the carry, short gain, maybe half a yard. So let me tell you something. I think El Centro's figured it out. They know what their scheme is. The defense, I like how the defense, everybody's looking for the defensive signals. They play fast. Both teams play fast.
That's how you know you have a really good coaching staff.
Yeah,
That they're able to adjust no matter which team it is. If you're able to adjust at any point in the game for the beneficial of your team, that's really good. Here's a snap by Reed. It's a pass to Adams, and it's going to be complete, but it's going to be taken down at the 35-yard line.
Great catch, great throw. Now what El Centro's doing, they're sending their linebackers. That means there's an open spot wherever they're at. That's where you try to run your pattern to. And there was a quick slant by number 12, Adams. Good throw, good catch, 3rd and 1.
So here's Ramos. He's lined up in the slot. 2 men to his left, Adams on the right. Here's a handoff. And finds that little hole.
Little crease,
little
crease
gain,
in the line.
right? Little gain.
And it's good enough for a first down, so
Yep.
they'll take it. So what Imperial needs to do right now is get a drive going, let their defense rest a little bit, but drive the ball. Yeah, push it down with your pass, but also mix it up with some run. Don't line up in that quadruple set where no running backs and it takes the guessing out of defense.
Here's 2 receivers on each side. One man in the backfield, here's snap. Reed looking to his left, but looking to his right. Throws it across, and it's Adams once again for a good 6-yard gain. Give a shout out to Radfin for your one-stop shop for tackle and apparel located inside Driscoll's. Also the Dom Team, your real estate company serving the entire Imperial Valley, including farmland, commercial, and industrial ground. Also, Elms Equipment Rental in Brawley and El Centro. Do more than equipment rentals. This is why we're in this lift, because of Elms Equipment. So big shout out to them. Here's Reed waiting for the snap. Here's looking down the field. Here's a big pass. It's going to be complete to Adams, and it's complete. No. Seems like it got out of his hands, but it was a great pass by Reed there.
Great pass. He was pressured by number 30. That was Nathan Santana. Pressure came up the middle. Reed stood in there, delivered a great throw, and that's another drop, a very catchable ball, and didn't come down with it. And you make these plays, you got to make these plays. Big game, you have to make big plays.
That pass is right at his numbers, too.
Right in there.
What more did you want?
So right now, Imperial's having a lot of missed opportunities on offense. There's been passes that should have been caught. So here we go. We have a 3rd down and 3rd and 5.
Yep. Trios to the left and 1 man to the right. That's Adams. We'll re-looking for Adams. No, he's looking to his left this time. It's going to be not complete once again. Make it 4th down. Another 3 and out for the Tigers.
That pass was thrown behind Jacob Gray. Gray's middle. He's a big target. That's what's cool about these receivers from Imperial. They're big targets. You can see them coming across the middle. He had enough time, but they've been putting pressure on Reed. So maybe Reed's feeling a little bit of the pressure. Maybe next drive he sees that, he feels it, he'll get a better grasp of how much time he has.
I think after that big play in the start of the 2nd quarter, the Tigers haven't been the same at all.
They
haven't been the same.
They started something with this drive, looked like something positive happened. Then we had that drop. Now you take away that big play, that big drop over there by number 12. Back to punt is Joey Ramos.
And go to the near side where it bounce out of bounds.
Nice.
It's a really friendly Imperial Tiger ball. It's going to be actually inside the 10-yard line. What a great kick there.
Great kick, great punt, and they got a great bounce. The way that ball was rotating in the air, you knew it was going to go in favor of Imperial. So El Centro's going to start where at, Marco? Inside at the 11-yard line.
It's inside the 10-yard line around there. Let's see what Dinero Osuna can do here with 7 and 30 seconds left in the half. A lot of ground to cover here, but their offense has been rolling little by little.
Right now, who cares where they start? The way they move the ball on Imperial, they can score it from anywhere on the field right now. That's how they feel.
They could take one play.
That's all it is.
One play. Here's a handoff to his running back, Medina. He gets across the line of scrimmage. Make it 2nd and around 6 yards.
Right here from where El Centro's offense is marching towards the east goal, where we're standing at this vantage point, you can see the running lanes open up. El Centro has a good offensive line.
So spread formation once again, 3 to the left, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, excuse me. One man in motion, it's a handoff. And he's got some room to run, spins, moves, and makes it past the 10-yard line for a first down for the Spartans.
That's Medina off to the right side. They're finding holes, they're running off tackle. The offensive line is opening up. They're opening up lanes for them to run. Why? Because of the pass drops that are going on. You have to respect the pass and you have to respect the run. Here we go.
Dinero looking to his right, and it's going to be complete to Moore. And he's not going to get a lot of gain on that play after that tackle. Make it 2nd down for the Spartans.
Second down and 8 for the Spartans. They started this drive at the 11-yard line. They now find themselves at the 26.
Now they're going to flip over the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, one man in motion. That's Moore. Is it another handoff? Yes, it is. Up the middle. Past the 10-yard marker. First down, Spartans.
El Centro's not doing anything new. They're just sticking to their offense. That halfway motion, the receiver comes down the line halfway through the formation. Then he rotates back, and they give the ball the other way.
Stop by any Elms equipment location in Brawley, El Centro, or Indio and see what the Uber and Ryan Rebelar family can get for you. Thought it was an L for a second.
Ooh,
Here's a big play all the way to the 30, the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Spartans. Angel Navas Esparza.
Esparza with the big run. 66-yard run for Esparza.
What a run.
66 yards. And like I'm telling you, that one went off the edge. What down was it? 3rd and 4? 3rd and 4.
I guess that's what it was.
It was 3rd down and 4. Imperial stacked the lineup, and Bone just got around the edge. They had been containing El Centro's offense. Now they find themselves down 23 with the chance of going down 24-7.
Here's a kick by Sebastian Coronel, and it's up through the uprights. The score is now 24-7 in favor of the Spartans.
That was a great hold by Jonathan Medina. It was a bad snap. Medina gathered it, and Coronel kicked it through.
We give once again a shout out to Radfin for your one-stop shop for tackle and apparel located inside Driscoll's. The Dom Team, the real estate company serving the entire Imperial Valley, including farmland, commercial, and industrial grounds. Also, Elms Equipment Rental in Brawley and El Centro. Do more than equipment rentals. They have a large fleet of heavy-haul trucks and travel nationwide. They also recycle base and asphalt and will deliver to your job site or home. Call 344-3780 or 353-4400 and see what Elms can do for you. There's going to be Berlin Torres for the kickoff after that big play by Angel Navas Esparza, giving the Spartans a 24-7 lead with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half.
Right now, Imperial needs a good return, which they may not get because Torres kicks that ball into the end zone. But what they need to do is get a drive going, get some points up. The body language of the Tigers looking like they're defeated already. It's a deep kick, and it's going to be spotted at the – cannot run that out, so they will take over at the 20. Let's see what they can do with 5:30 remaining.
Yeah, after that big run by Angel Navas Esparza, I looked over at Coach Laguerre. He did not seem happy at all.
No.
Not at all.
The body language of the players, the assistant coaches is, right now they know at 24-7, they're down by 17. They've been in this position before. They were down 16-0 to Brawley at halftime. But the thing is, you can't dig yourself in a big hole like this, Marco. Big games. Right now, momentum totally in El Central's on the Spartans' side of the ball right now.
That pep talk in the middle in the halftime is going to be really interesting.
Real interesting. Make some adjustments. Let's see what they have here.
Here's Reed. Snaps a handoff. No, actually, Reed keeps it. And it's going to be not caught once again in his hands. Doesn't catch it. Incomplete pass.
Benias with the drop pass there. He should have had that nice thrown ball.
I wish we had like a count of how many passes they've dropped.
Next time we'll have a stat guy and we'll just be checking that off.
Maybe we'll have Gus or Joaquin do it for us or something.
So here we go, 2nd down and 10.
Adams is going to line up as a tight end here because he was originally listed as a tight end. But it's going to be a timeout here for the Spartans. So let's take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with more high school football here on VSN Broadcasting with Mark Peralta alongside Coach Rubio. We'll be right back. We are back here at Cal Jones Field after that timeout by the Central Spartans, and here's the formation we're talking about. 3 players lined up in a single file line, this time on the right side, the near side closest to us. And here's a snap to Reed, looking to his right. He's got pressure coming, but he's able to throw it, and it's caught. But barely 1 yard gain on that completion there.
Well, there was pressure by Joey Denton. He's been doing it all night long. Didn't get to him, but he paid the price. He took a big hit, and the great coverage by number 12, Sullivan.
That'll bring up 3rd down for the Tigers. Do we expect the same formation here?
Well, the quadruples, we're going to call that quadruples
let's
right
go
or
with
left.
that. Let's go with that.
You got 3 guys there, and you got Ramos over there. So same formation, empty set.
Nice. Here's a snap to Reed, looking to his left. Actually, trying to scramble, but he gets sacked in the backfield for a big loss there. That is number 53 by the Spartans.
Joey Denton, Joseph Denton's been doing it all night long. He'll line up on the left. He lined up on the right. This time he was on the left. That's Imperial's right-hand side, and he just ate that offensive tackle up.
Would you say the best thing for Imperial to do right now is to have the half ended at this point?
They have to. They have to. They can't get behind 31-7 or even 27-7. They need to just go in. If they can't score, just keep it at a 17-point deficit. As I said, they've been there before, and it looks like they didn't have enough men out there on the punt team. Coach Shaw, timeout Imperial. They looked like they had 10 guys out there. There was 10 guys. Can't afford to have that.
Yep.
Say they went ahead and ran the play. 10 guys could have had the punt block. 4:08 remaining. They're down 24-7, 24-7.
You want to say once again, thank you for tuning into the broadcast. We're live on Facebook, on our website, vsnsports.net, and also on YouTube. 3 platforms for VSN Sports. Alongside Ron Rubio, once again, it's Marco Peralta. We're here at Cal Jones Field. The score is 24-7 with 4:08 left in the half. Right now, Imperial is at a 4th down. Not been having a really, really good second quarter for the Tigers at all.
No, not at all. The turnovers have hurt the They've hurt the Tigers big time. And, turnovers, and the thing is, you can have turnovers, but Central Spartans are cashing in on them.
It seems they have the correct number of players on the field now. They need a really, really big kick to avoid a big-time return by the Central Spartans.
Joey Ramos is the man in the end zone. He's going to punt from his end zone.
He's another big kick like the previous one. Here's a high snap. Here's a kick, and it gets out. Going to get all the way to the 45. Takes an Imperial bounce. they're going to get located right at the 50-yard line, right at
Midfield.
midfield.
Beautiful.
That's really nice.
That's really nice, and actually that's not too bad a yardage, Marco, because the kid was kicking from his end zone all the way to 50, so you couldn't ask for a better punt.
So here comes Dinero Osuna with 4 minutes left in the first half. Got a little bit more cushion if they are able to get a score here.
El Centro's going for the throat right now. They're going to go for the kill right now, a kill shot right now. Put this game away. Not maybe put it away, but
Add a little bit more security.
make it a bigger hole for Imperial to climb out of.
Here's Dinero Osuna, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield for a big sack there.
That was Nathan Villalobos, outside backer. Villalobos contained him outside, and that's what they do well. If they can contain that outside the perimeter, the defense has a shot. But like they've been hit out on the outside a couple of plays for touchdowns. Big play. They needed that sack all the way back to where?
Looks like it's like a 2nd and 20 or 2nd and like 22. They're really, really far away from the first down marker.
Looks like all the way back to the 36-yard line maybe.
That's 14. That's 2nd and 24. Here's a snap. Dinero's going to look to his left. Here's a pass. And it's almost picked off. What a collision there by number 8, Fernando Morales.
And that's Ethan Ramos again. He read that out of his linebacker drop, pass drop, saw the cut in by number 8, and went for the interception. Great timing, no pass interference. Great play by number 51.
So 3rd down here for the Spartans. See, it was a 3 and out for them. Were they able to get a first down and try to run out this clock, but at the same time add a little bit more points. Here's a snap. Dinero rolling to his left. Looks for a receiver over, and it's caught by number 8, Fernando Morales, the intended receiver who catches it, but it's a little bit short or the first down. Will they go for it on this one?
They're going to go for it. And that was a great pass pattern right there. They had 3 receivers, 1 short, 1 middle, and 1 deep. And that middle guy was number 8, Morales. Good play. Marcus Moore ran a quick out. Morales with the medium route, and they had somebody deep. Osuna found that window, dropped it in there. 4th down and 3.
Yeah, around either 4th down and 3 or 4th down and 2. But the fact is that that was a big play.
That was a very big play. The defense needed to stop him there. They had him pinned back.
It's a timeout for the Tigers. They want to make sure they're in the right position to get this big, big stop here.
They have to stop them. If not, even if they give up the first down right now, they can't afford to give up any more points. I mean, I would not want to give up any more points at this point. 2:45 remaining.
This stop can really, really help them out.
Help them out. You'll get the ball, and you still have a chance to get some points on the board. Mm-hmm. It'd be great if they stopped them here. The ball's at their 43, 44-yard line.
They really need to get back into that rhythm at the beginning. They were adding pressure to the running game, the passing game. Pressure on Osuna to not do any passes down the field at all.
Imperial needs something positive to happen for right now for the team, for the game right now. This is a big play. Don't give up anything big. Stop them right now. Now, I'm not too sure. Are they going to call? Are they look at all this?
No, I think Central's going to punt it. I see Berlin Torres now in the backfield. I think it was wise for Imperial to take that timeout because it changed their adrenaline or their rhythm. I guess it really closed them out a little bit.
Back to receivers, Bonias and Joey Ramos. Are they going to get a chance? Yes, they are. It's a nice high kick, and that is going to, oh, my God.
That's inside the 10-yard line. That's at the 6-yard line. What a great punt by Berlin Torres there.
I'm not a golfer, but it looked like a golf shot. I'm not sure what they call that shot, Marco, but, boy, that was just, boom, nice. Great. That kid's a great punter. That's a great, good weapon to have. If your kicking game is strong, that makes your football team a lot better. And Torres is a very good punter.
And kicker. Well,
yeah, punter,
kicker, whatever you want to call it. Overall kicker, punter, whatever.
Kicking game is strong for the Spartans.
Great special teams player. Let's go with that. Here's the handoff, and he's not going to make it to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be tackled down at the 4-yard line. Not the run they wanted at all.
That's 54, Andrew Lugo. Andrew Lugo's a very tough inside linebacker. Lugo was there. Number 30 was also there. That number 30 is Nathan Santana.
Central so far has been doing a great job containing number 12, Adams. because we've said it multiple times. We haven't seen him that often. What, like 2 big plays, and that's pretty much it?
I want to see Joey Ramos. If I'm Imperial, I need to find a way to get Joey Ramos the ball.
Here's a snap to Reed. Looking up to his left. Right here is Adams, who we were talking about. And it's picked off by the Spartans. Number 34. Eric Moreno on the pick there at the 39-yard line.
Great coverage by Moreno. It was a streak pattern down the sideline. Pass intended for number 12, and number 12 is Brenton Adams. He's a tall target, but number 34 played that ball as perfect as you can. He had the inside position on him, and just like a guy going for a rebound in basketball, he blocked him out. He was a receiver.
You got to admit, Moreno did a great job with the height advantage.
Terrific.
The height disadvantage they had. Here's Dinero Osuna rolling to his right, looking for a receiver. Yeah, he's going to keep it. Going to go past the 10-yard line. And it's actually a fumble on the play.
Hit by number 6, Serrano. Serrano brings him down, and the ball's going to be at the 35-yard line.
Recovered by the Tigers.
Well, what do you say, man? 2 giveaways back-to-back. Osuna should have tucked that ball away. Big hit by number 6, Serrano. Don't know who recovered it. But now Imperial has the ball at the 34-yard line.
Well, you could say at least this one doesn't sting as much if it was a turnover for the Tigers, right? It doesn't sting as much.
Well, like I said, Imperial, as you see right now, Central was going for the throw. They want to put them down right away.
Yes.
And that's what you have to do. It's just like a boxing match. You don't want your opponent around, knock them out, and that's what they're looking for.
1:48 left, and here's Reed once again. After 1 play, he's back on the field. Here's a snap. Is a handoff up the middle. Barely makes it to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play.
Again brought down by number 54, Andrew Lugo, and number 30, Nathan Santana. They're anchoring that middle of the field. And maybe they're going to play it safe, Marco. And let's get out of here. Maybe run the ball 2-3 times, run that clock out. If El Central has timeouts, they may use them.
And just run out the clock and see what they can do. Here's a pass to number 18, but it's going to be incomplete. That's
Jacob Gray.
I believe that's already double digits how many passes they've dropped, and it's been perfectly placed in their hands.
Perfectly placed ball. You can't blame that on Reed, the quarterback. The ball hits you in the hand. You have to make the catches. One thing they're going to be told at halftime of the Imperial Tigers is, number 1, the receivers need to start catching, make plays. They have to make plays. That's what they have to do.
So 1:21 left, 24-7. Spartans lead it at the 34-yard line. Here's Reed with the snap, looking to his right, and he rolls out to his left. Doesn't find anyone, and he's getting a pressure. Gets past 1 defender, but doesn't get a lot of gain.
Again, the pressure applied by number 54, and that's Andrew Lugo. And to finish him off was Nathan Santana. Now, Santana's a great hustling little guy. They list him at 210 pounds, and he hustles.
That's going to be 4th down, and the Tigers lost 2 yards on that play.
So here we go, 53 seconds remaining.
There's a timeout for
and
the Spartans.
El Centro, they're using strategy. They're using all the clock they can use. They want the opportunity. They think they could get good field position. Ramos has got to get another good kickoff right now, good punt.
Yep. So timeout by the Central Spartans. We're going to have Will Torres coming up in halftime, interviewing the Mr. Evangelist.
Now, the challenge of that interview is how we're going to get this lift down.
Yeah, that's going to be a quick one, you know?
Yeah, so.
And besides, well, the good thing is going to help us, like, go grab a bite or, like, go to the restroom, drink something. I don't know, but if it's Will, he has to be on his feet the entire time, moving up and down like crazy. So 4th down for the Imperial Tigers. Here comes the punt team. Ramos once again is going to. He's been kicking so far so good in the previous 2 punts.
He's had some really good punts, good yardage on the punts. Last punt was from his end zone. Now he's standing at his 18. Back to receive his number 5 for the Spartans, and that is Juan Dominguez.
Here's a snap, and here's Ramos. Number 5 kicks it to number 5. And it's going to be not caught by Dominguez to let it bounce. Takes another Imperial-friendly bounce. And that's
you need that all the way back to the 20.
Yeah. There's been some really good, very fortunate Imperial bounces for the Tigers after those 2 back-to-back punts.
So Ramos not doing much on offense, but he is helping him with his leg on the punts.
So 42 seconds here left in the half. I won't be surprised if Dinero soon actually just takes a couple knees here and just goes into the locker room with 21-point lead.
Conservative,
17
that is
point
not
lead,
Rookie
excuse me.
Pena. Well, here we go.
Here's Dinero Suna, one man in motion. Here's a handoff to number 31, Jonathan Medina, and just a few yards on that gain to make it second down.
Brought down by a group right from the middle of the defense for the Tigers.
Clock still rolling, 25 seconds left.
That may be the last play.
I'm pretty sure, but it seems they're going to get one play before the end of the half. There's still receivers to the right. There's three of them. Trio's one man on the left. Here's a snap. Dinero Suna looking to his right, and it's complete. Trying to find some room to run.
Sullivan.
And it's going to be brought down. That's going to be the end of the half. Yep, there we go. End of the half. 24-7 Central Spartans. So we're going to be back at the start of the second half because we got to go, Coach. We got to go really, really quick, Coach. So once again, 24-7 Central Spartans are leading it. We'll be seeing you right after halftime.
Welcome, everybody, to halftime, where we are at Spartan Field with the score. Central Spartans leading the Imperial Tigers 24-7 right now. And with me up in the VSN broadcast hoist up here, I have two legends from Imperial Valley. Not only are they just legends from Imperial Valley, but, you know, Central Union High School. You cannot mention Central Union High School if the last name Evangelist doesn't come to mind. I have with me right now Joe Evangelist, and I have Fire Steve Evangelist. Well, the reason I call him Fire Steve Evangelist, I've had to do plenty of games with Steve as a coach on the sidelines. And Steve, there's one thing I've always admired. I mean, when I walked off that field and you were on that Spartan sideline, I mean, you never let go of that fire, Coach. That was something that, I mean, that's just part of football. I understand the emotion part, and I really just want to let you know that I truly do admire that part, Coach.
Well, it's been a pleasure to, to have my career down here in the Imperial Valley. And, the game of football is just an emotional type game. And that's just, some people are fired up, others are real quiet. And they're, success doesn't depend on whether you're real vocal or if you're real quiet, but just the love of the game.
No, well, one of the things you're right, you're right, it doesn't do that, but the respect, for me, Coach, that was one of the things that really that came out of me, and I know a lot of other people I truly appreciate the time you put in at Central Union High School.
Thank you.
With you is your brother Joe, a lot calmer Joe. I got to deal with Joe as a AD at Central, and then I ended up at Southwest. Is that correct, Coach Joe?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
One of the things, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this correct, but your roots are actually from Calexico. Is that right, Coach?
Well, my coaching roots are from Calexico, yes. I started out there in 1969. First job out of college was at Calexico.
Wow. I mean, one of the things when you mention Evangelist, I mean, it's like Gutierrez from Calexico, Terry Lowe from Brawley, Farrell from Brawley,
Yep.
Evangelist from Central. That's the kind of legacy you guys are leaving, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions. So, that's one of the cool things about it. And before we came up here on this lift, and we were talking a little bit. We were talking a little bit about football and the games and the history a little bit. And one of the questions that came up, I wanted to ask Joe. Joe, which was one of your most memorable Bell games?
Well, the one that stands out to me the most when I was back when I was athletic director here at Central, the 1984 Bell game when we were at Brawley. Central hadn't won the Bell for 6 or 7 years, or maybe even a little longer. And I just, from a parent standpoint, because that's a game that my son Todd went right up the middle for about an 80-yard run against the Wildcats in that game, and it was a very memorable game. And Central won. Carlos Durantes kicked the winning field goal at the end of the game, and Central won that Bell game back.
Remember it very well.
And it was awesome.
I was on the field. And
rode back to Central with Glenn Tenney, the principal at the time, hanging my head out the window, screaming all the way, honking the horn, and it was truly a great night.
Mm-hmm.
And same question to you, Steve.
Well,
what are some of the memories you have from past Bell games?
Man, there's been so many. Well, they're all so, incredible from a player standpoint, a coaching standpoint, I'm sure a fan standpoint. But I think the one for me would be going back to my playing career, and when we had Coach Jones here, and Brawley had controlled that Bell for 12 straight years, and we went up there to Brawley. We had beat Brawley here the first game around. Remember, back in those days, we played each other twice.
Right.
And we got Brawley here 21-19, and then we went up there for the Big Bell game, and we beat them 20-7 or 6. It was 20-7 or 6. So, but I would say that last game, and just not being able to bring back the Bell to our community was, probably the one I remember the most.
That's when you get up early Saturday morning and you start just laying in bed and you're thinking, should I have done this? Should I have done that? I mean, that's just the way life is. That's what's made that Bell game so competitive like that, to make it so memorable, to just bring everything out of it. One of the things that that a lot of people don't talk about, Steve, and you being a coach. Now, I remember as a player, as a referee, getting ready for a football game, and also, you know, as a fan, and also as a parent. 2004, my son was on the team. He was a senior when we went to Qualcomm that year. So I take all those things into perspective, and I try to ball it up, and I try to ask people what their opinion about the game. One thing that you can talk about it, Coach Joe will talk about it, is tell me about the ride when you played Brawley for the Bell game, and it would be the second game. Let's just say it was during the second time during the season when we played, when Central played Brawley twice. What was that ride like? Tell me one of the rides that you remember going over there. You know, that how quiet, is it loud, or let the people know. I mean, that's something that only the players and the coaches know. That's something that I want the audience from Central's perspective. Tell me a little bit about that.
I tell you, it feels like the longest ride in history from El Centro to Brawley, 12 miles. But no, as a player and a coach, that bus is dead quiet. You could hear a pin drop. I mean, just everybody has their own way of of thinking about the game and getting ready for the game. But I mean, it's done. At least that trip, it's a quiet one, and it's one that everybody, really knows this is for all the marbles. So
you almost can't even explain that bus ride home. Even getting out, as a player, my senior year, the second game, of course, we played El Centro twice. That second game, we ended up playing here in El Centro. Now, there's one thing that I admire about Spartan Field. And this is one of the fields that has it. Nobody else in Imperial Valley has it, and very few around the nation has it. As a player, as a referee, and as a fan, being in the middle of the field, it doesn't matter what year you played. I remember refereeing and could not even be able to communicate. I was a flank official, could not even communicate with the head referee when we had to use hand signals to try to communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, the fans are right on top of you. Now, when it comes to football fields, that's something I just admire about Spartan Field. You know, people don't realize that as a player out there. I mean, there is no communication. You better start using hand signals. You know that, Coach.
Very, very well. Yeah.
Well, there's no track is what you're getting at. There's
Yes,
no track
exactly.
around the
Right.
field here. And back in the old days, they did have a dirt track here at Central. But, in the last 25 years or more, it's been the track is to our west. And that's one thing that is great and very unique to this field here is that the crowd, you're right on top of it, and it does create a tremendous atmosphere.
Yeah, you feel it. Like I said,
well, you can hear those pads cracking, when
they
some
call
of
you
these
by
big
your
hits.
they call you by your first name right here. Whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
There's some other names I've heard too. But we don't want to go into that.
Let's go another direction.
Well, let's go in this direction, Coach. We happened to call the Brawley Imperial game. Now, Brawley jumped on them quick, Coach. They jumped on them really. Brawley was just a lot of momentum was going back there. And then the tide turned in the third quarter. Imperial came out there and just started scoring. I know we're looking at a score 24-7, but looking at Imperial in that first quarter, you know that they're capable of scoring. What's your opinion of tonight's game, Coach Joe?
Well, I mean, it's Central has looked good. I think they've looked better tonight than they have the last couple of times that I've seen them. But, I've heard on the sidelines, I saw that Imperial Brawley game. I saw it on the screen or whatever they call it, that streaming.
That's VSN, Coach. That's VSN.
That's these guys.
Yeah,
man.
that's
but
us.
I mean, I saw it. Would you guys do it through the Ivy Press?
Negative.
No.
We do our own streaming, yes.
Okay, well, I saw
We're the
they
ones
had-
that don't buffer, Coach.
Okay, well, I don't. You're
That's
throwing
good.
out things that I don't even know about. But what I'm saying is, I saw that Imperial Brawley game on my phone, and it was a good ball game. But what I've heard on the sideline, I happen to be standing over there the first half on the Central sideline, and the comments are that Imperial is a second half ball club and has more than the ability to come back. So the Spartans can't take them lightly here. 24-7, it's still anybody's ball game.
No, that's very true statement right there, Coach. We happen to witness it up in Brawley. Steve, what as a coach and as a player here, as your brother, of course, but what are you seeing out of this game today?
Well, coming in, I know both teams can run and pass both. I think they kind of mirror each other in their style of play. I really think, in order, the winner of this game is whoever makes the least amount of mistakes. And I think that's going to come down to that. Kerry's done a great job in the last several years at Imperial High School when, back in the day when, they were just starting to come into the IBO and stuff. And they're a comeback team, like Joe said. They'll come out this second half, and I'm sure those coaches, the Central coaches, are on that right now and, drilling it right back into their heads.
Yeah, you don't stay as a coach in this league long if you don't fix things at halftime like that.
That's right.
That's when one of the other things that interests me a lot, I was talking to Coach Steve Evangelist. He actually went to go coach a couple of years ago. He was an assistant coach here under the helm when Coach Hobbs had it. And I happened to see Coach Hobbs doing an interview for El Camino, and little did I know a couple of weeks ago, they told me that you were coaching up in San Diego.
I went up there one year when Mike left Central. I went into coaching with a coaching friend of mine who got the head job there. I asked if I'd be interested in get back in coaching, and it was at the time where I was really starting to miss the game. So I went and coached at El Camino High School there in Oceanside, and had just a great time. And now my second oldest son, Justin, who played for Southwest over there, he's now coaching the offensive line, varsity offensive line at the El Camino. So they're Wildcats too. So he's having a hard time with it.
Coach, one of the things you left out, I want to let the public know, how was your finish that season when you coached?
Well, we 5-5 in the regular season, but we got hot toward the end, and that that's with these teams too. We're ending the near starting the playoff stuff. You got to peak at the right time, and we peaked at the right time, and we're fortunate enough to go in and win that Division I CIF championship.
Well, on behalf of VSN and behalf of a lot of people throughout the valley, a lot of people that I know down there in Brawley, congratulations on that, because that's just something that's really tough to get. We've been chasing that for a long time. We as a parent, we as a player, we as everybody in Imperial Valley has been chasing that ring. When I say that, Steve. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I know it didn't come in this stadium, but it was, when you're part of it, it does feel good though. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Joe was at that game, I believe, and
Yes, I was.
yeah. And
Hey, when you win the ring, let's face it.
I never wore that thing. I got it home locked up.
Yeah.
But it's a great feeling. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
how can you? I remember Mike had actually taken over as a head coach at the very beginning of the season, and just some problems and stuff, and did a tremendous job over there. Just to do that in his very first year.
Yeah.
But I remember him hugging me and goes, "Man, this is why we play the game."
Exactly.
It's both as a player and a coach. Feeling is super.
Well, Coach Joe,
Okay.
Coach
Thank you,
Steve,
Will.
from VSN and everybody else listening out there in El Centro and everyone in Imperial Valley, I appreciate you taking time of your day to come and talk to us, because when you mention Central Spartans, the name Evangelist is right next to it. I mean, that's the way I feel about it, and I'm sure a lot of other people feel about that way.
Well, we had three sons that played here.
Yeah.
My two boys played their high school football here, and Steve's oldest.
Oldest and youngest.
How could I forget that? Yeah, I forget. We
And
got
actually,
Zach, too.
Zach, the last one,
That's right.
he actually lives in San Diego. He's not coaching right now, but he coached that
Hilltop.
freshman at Hilltop a couple years ago, and they've got that nice group of kids over there at Hilltop High School that he coached as freshmen. So.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good. Well, gentlemen, we'll be seeing each other at the Hall of Fame. That's always a good place to meet up and have good conversations.
Sure,
Absolutely.
we're looking
So,
forward to that.
Once again, from VSN, Will Torres, man, it was a pleasure talking
Okay.
to you guys.
Okay,
Really
Will.
You
appreciate
bet,
it.
Will. Appreciate it. You bet.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Will Torres back here. If we're we are currently on a lift right now, so when you're watching us both on Facebook and on YouTube, you will have to restart the stream as we got disconnected there for a while.